The 2008 financial crisis. What really caused it? September 2008 was a month that shook the world. Markets crashed, banks failed, and families lost homes. The ripple effects of the financial collapse were vast, but what really caused this disaster? Beneath the chaos lies a web of greed, negligence, and unchecked risk. Let's unravel it. In the early 2000s, banks chased profits by lending to high-risk borrowers, offering subprime mortgages. These home loans were enticing but risky, given to individuals with poor credit history. While Americans fulfilled dreams of homeownership, banks turned these loans into weapons of financial destruction. Why did they do it? Because subprime loans were bundled into lucrative investments called mortgage-backed securities. Wall Street saw endless profits, ignoring the growing instability in the housing market. It was a ticking time bomb, quietly waiting to explode. Banks weren't just careless, they were hungry. Wall Street investment firms and banks became addicted to risky speculation. They created complex financial products like collateralized debt obligations, CDOs, that hid toxic assets under layers of dense contracts. It became almost impossible to track the true risk. Worse, there was no real safety net. Instead of questioning these risks, credit rating agencies gave top ratings to these securities. This gave investors false confidence, driving more reckless behavior. Greed overrode caution, and the system was primed for collapse. By 2007, cracks in the housing bubble began to appear as homeowners defaulted on their subprime loans. The demand for houses plummeted, causing home prices to collapse. Mortgage-backed securities became untradeable overnight, dragging major financial institutions into insolvency. The tipping point came when Lehman Brothers, a titan of Wall Street, declared bankruptcy in September 2008. Financial panic spread worldwide. Stock markets fell, economies shrank, and millions lost jobs, homes, and savings. It was the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. At its core, the 2008 financial crisis was a failure of regulation and oversight. Governments and regulators turned a blind eye to the growing risks. Lobbyists ensured lenient policies that allowed Wall Street to gamble with the global economy. Many argue it was a failure of leadership. However, the public bore the brunt of this negligence. Ordinary citizens paid the price for the greed and recklessness of a few. The bailout of banks spared the system total collapse, but the scars of the crisis remain visible even today, 15 years later. The 2008 crisis taught us painful lessons about unchecked power and greed in the financial sector. It revealed the fragility of the global economy and the need for stronger safeguards. Without accountability, history could repeat itself, and the next crisis could be even worse. Understanding the causes of the 2008 financial crisis isn't just a history lesson, it's a necessity. By learning from the past, we can demand better oversight and accountability in the systems that govern our lives. Share this story, stay informed, and advocate for financial reforms to prevent another catastrophe. Subscribe to DiscloseX and stay ahead of Wall Street's biggest secrets.